Yup. Feel free to try one on, Quill.
A true warrior requires no armor.
You wouldn't fit in one anyway.
Hey, what's up you guys, it's Caboose bringing you another Guardians of the Galaxy video, and today what I got for you guys here is a really special video. I'm going to be giving you guys my official hands-on impressions and early honest thoughts with the Guardians of the Galaxy game. Now before we jump into everything, wanted to ask you guys, of course, if at any point you enjoyed the video, if you could consider leaving a like rating on it, it would show your support and I would really appreciate it. So if you enjoy the video at any point, leaving a like rating would be awesome. Also, if you're new here and you want to keep up to date on all things Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy, I got you covered. I've been making and will continue to make videos on all the news and updates for this game. We'll definitely be providing you guys a ton of content leading up to the release in October and beyond, so you can look forward to that. And if it sounds good to you, hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell to be immediately notified when a video goes live. Lastly, before we jump into everything, I wanted to give a huge thank you to the kind folks at Square Enix for providing me the opportunity to get an early hands-on with this game. Square Enix and Eidos Montreal allowed me the chance to try it out, and we're gonna jump in and I want to give you guys all my honest thoughts on this. All right, so let's get into this. From what I played, it was a very limited amount, but from what I played, it was during chapter 5 of the story mode, so a little deep into the story where you've already gotten to do quite a bit with the Guardian. I don't know how long this game is going to be in total, but I mean 5 chapters in is quite a bit. And well, one of the first things that I noticed that I was actually really impressed by was the amount of dialogue options you get when interacting with the different members of the Guardians. It was almost overwhelming at a point. Whether it's in gameplay when you're just roaming around and doing the missions, there are a lot of opportunities for you to just stand around and talk to the different members of the Guardians, but especially when you're on the Milano, you can have these deep conversations with each and every character to learn more about their past, to learn more about their motivations and who they are and where they are currently in the story of the game. I thought it was incredibly compelling. There was especially a moment that I had talking to Rocket where I got to learn a lot about the character, and it very much reminded me of the scene between him and Yondu in Guardians of the Galaxy 2, where you learn about Rocket's past and you kind of dig deep into who that character is behind all the snarkiness. I felt that exact same thing when I was playing the game and talking to the character, and even then I didn't explore all the dialogue options due to my limited time. I wanted to jump in and check out the gameplay. This really should be of no surprise to anyone. If you've played previous Eidos Montreal games, especially the Deus Ex games, I mean, they're immersive sims, so the point there is that they're supposed to be immersive, and Guardians of the Galaxy is doing a bang-up job on that part. But okay, let's jump in now to the gameplay. I have some critiques when it comes to the gameplay, but I also have some things that I was very pleasantly surprised by, and for some weird reason, those two things are linked. So let's jump into it. My biggest critique is the thing I actually feared the most when this game was revealed, and it's the fact that you can't play as the other Guardians. When you're in combat and you're watching Groot or Rocket or Drax doing cool and crazy stuff, or Gamora being the crazy assassin that she is, all I am sitting there doing is wishing that I could just press a button to switch over to that character and jump into the combat with that character. Not to mention finding alternate suits for the characters, which you can do and earn suits just from finding them in the middle of missions, which I thought was amazing. It sucks because I don't get to play as that character. It's cool, I can change up the design for Drax or Groot or Rocket, but I can't actually play as the character to really get a look at what that design is like. At times as well, the gameplay can be a little clunky, although I do want to consider that a bit more of a nitpick, because for the most part, I was actually pleasantly surprised playing as Star-Lord and getting into the combat how much fun it could end up being once you get the hang of things. And that's where one of the things that I critiqued is linked to one of the things that I actually kind of liked, and that was controlling the Guardians, using them to assist you in the combat, or telling them where to go or what to do. Choosing which character you want to attack an enemy can be a lot of fun sometimes. When you're being overwhelmed, you can just call in Rocket and he'll missile barrage someone, or you can call in Drax and he'll drop in with his knives. You can call in Gamora and she'll jump in from the sky to assassinate someone, or Groot will trap people in their place for you to be able to attack them. It's pretty awesome. I guess it's one of those situations where I wish we could have had the best of both worlds. The assist mechanic is great and it works really well, but I could only imagine how much more fun it would end up being if I could have the opportunity to switch over to someone like Drax and then now have Star-Lord be a part of the team of characters that I can choose from to assist me. Nevertheless, things can get a little complex. You can jump in and get close quarters and use hand-to-hand combat with Star-Lord, although you got to be a little careful. And the counter system is pretty fun. It sort of works as a quick time event, which I thought was interesting. Or if you wanted to back up a bit, you can play from range using the blasters, and as well, if you upgraded Star-Lord's skill tree, you can have some different abilities in there, like a charged up shot or the ability to hover around using the jet boosters attached to Star-Lord's boots. That was a lot of fun. I also love how detailed the level that I played was. There's a lot of exploring that you can do. You can find some of the upgrade materials, you can find alternate suits, and there's even additional dialogue options that you can get if you do a little more exploring and talk to the other members of the team. There's also this really fun huddle mechanic, which kind of acts as your super move in the game, where you're going to bring in the team of Guardians and interrupt them during the combat to give them a motivational speech and get them ready to jump back into battle. And then the music kicks in, and oh my goodness, it's a ridiculous amount of hype. Every single time I did this huddle mechanic, I had goosebumps and I was having a blast. It's a really innovative way for Eidos Montreal to bring in the licensed music, which has of course become synonymous with the Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought that it was really smart to do it through this huddle mechanic because it gets you really excited to jump into the gameplay. And another thing that might be a bit of a nitpick is that I did see some animations repeating themselves when it comes to the close quarters combat. I don't know how repetitive it might end up being when we get our hands on the full game, so jury's still out. And one thing that I think a lot of people should praise is how impressive the Guardians of the Galaxy game looks. This is a really visually stunning game. It's very vibrant, the character models are awesome, I love as well the facial expressions, and overall that motion capture, it translates very well. Eidos Montreal did a good job. I will give credit where credit is due, and I'm looking forward to seeing the full performance from each of these characters when we get our hands on the game come October 26th. You got a lot of options when it comes to upgrades. You can upgrade certain abilities that you as Star-Lord can have, but you can also upgrade the abilities of the team, the Guardians themselves, and the things that you can do with them as assists. It's really extensive, and again, I'm really looking forward to come October 26th getting my hands on the full game and checking out everything that's available to you and what a maxed out Star-Lord and the Guardians of the Galaxy could look like. Overall, I think I'm impressed with the Guardians of the Galaxy game and what I got to play. Again, a huge thank you to the kind folks at Square Enix and Eidos Montreal for providing me the opportunity. I am looking forward to October 26th. Yes, there's some things that I don't like and I have critiques, but hopefully I'll enjoy the full experience when we get to play it beginning to end. And with that said, I now want to kick it to you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Based on what you've seen, are you looking forward to the Guardians of the Galaxy game? Sound off in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed today's video, if you could consider leaving a like rating on it, it would show your support and I would really appreciate it. I'm Caboose, and you can click on screen and make your way to one of the other videos on the channel, or you can click my logo to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Those links are going to be in the description. Drop a like if you enjoyed, leave a comment if you have an opinion, and subscribe if you're new. See you guys later.